Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about warm-ups. Warm-ups. I'm going to give you a slightly different definition than for a warm-up than maybe you're used to, because in my opinion, warm-ups begin when you enter the performance area, not when the show starts, okay? The idea, let me go ahead and get to my notes, because I think you'll understand what I'm talking about as I go. Audiences need to be warmed up because it establishes a connection between you and the audience, and it builds rapport. It gets them functioning as an audience, as a group, which you want. You want to hear applause. You want to hear them functioning as a group, not necessarily as individuals. Makes them more receptive to your presentation, creates a sense of comfort and familiarity, engages before you begin, so they are ready to participate once you begin. It builds trust and removes fear. It establishes your credibility. Those are your goals with a warm-up. Okay? You need it as much as they do. This is the thing. You perform better when you're warmed up, when you're comfortable. You perform better. So look for things that will create that comfort for them and for you. And I'll give you some examples of things that I do. But before I do that, pre-show is very important to my warm-up. Whether I'm doing a Cub Scout show or a preschool show or an elementary school show, I'm trying to engage people before the show begins. I'm shaking hands. I'm laughing. I'm telling jokes. I'm being jovial. I'm being warm and friendly. I'm trying to make a connection before the show begins. You do this in a number of ways. Friendly conversation. That's all it takes. Friendly conversation. Active listening. You listen to what they say. You repeat it back to them. Active listening. You ask them questions. Where are you from? How long you been here? You ask them questions. Draw them out. During the show, there's a number of ways to warm up. You can tell personal stories. It's one of my favorites. Just tell a personal story. You can use humor. If I'm working for adults, I don't do this for children, but if I'm working for adults, I do grave mistake. If you're not familiar with grave mistake, it's a large that the premise is that you're buying funeral arrangements, making final arrangements for yourself, and you've got a number of options, and one of them is a large canopy with curtains and a mahogany casket, and you keep folding this thing down, and it's just staring, and finally it becomes a trash can. And audiences love it. It's funny. And once I get that laugh, they're warmed up. They're ready to go. So I move on with the magic at that point. But any kind of audience response, you want them, preferably you want your audience to laugh, because laughter will make them comfortable. It breaks the ice, and you're comfortable too. So I try to go for something funny at the beginning of the show as a warm-up. So folks, that's my 10 cents on warm-up. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down below. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. Have a great day.